All right, well, we have our pick in. It is Yang Hansen out of China, 7'2", 250 pounds, heading to the Portland Trail Blazers. What do we need to know about this young man?
Well, you need to know that he's 19 years old. He averaged 16 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists per game, along with 3 blocks in the Chinese CBA. But this is higher than anyone projected. I mean, this is a swing of epic proportions. And what's slightly perplexing about this is it comes on the heels of drafting Donovan Clingan a year ago. Now, listen, I understand that Robert Williams and DeAndre Ayton are not in the long-term plans for Portland, but if you're Donovan Clingan and you're sitting at home right now, you got to be thinking, what just happened?
Right. Yeah. I mean,
what just happened?
This is a surprise. I don't think you can find a mock draft that would have had this prospect in the top 20. Most don't even have him in the first round. He's 7 foot. He's 250. He's huge. And he's more of a traditional post player, you know, crafty around the rim, all of that stuff. But one of the problems with being this big is that his feet don't move that well. And there are real concerns around among NBA evaluators who just don't know if you're going to be able to keep him on the court because he does not move the way you want NBA players, even front court players, to move in this era of basketball.
And I don't think this is a scenario where you can talk about those guys playing together. You know, neither one is especially mobile. This is we've had some surprises tonight. This is the biggest surprise, bar none, that we've had so far tonight.
Are you ready to hand out a failing grade?
No.
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 You don't want to?
No. Mike Schmitz knows more about this than I do. I will say this. I'll go C, just because stay consistent with the philosophy of if it hits, it's going to be an A and they're going to be smarter than anyone. But if it doesn't hit, everybody's going to look at this and say, Kasparis was on the board, Liam McNeely was on the board, Walter Clayton was on the board, and Berija was on the board. And you just took Clingan last year.
Matt Norlander, makes sense of this for us. This is quite a surprise here for the Portland Trail Blazers. What do you got?
Okay, yeah, a couple things here. One, I'm getting indications that a player that Adam just mentioned, Jan Berringer, is due to be selected next here. That was the foreign-born player that was expected to be next in line, not here. And just hearing from a league source here, like Portland, we'll see what develops here. I know they had trouble bringing some players in this range because, fair or not, this is just the opinions shared with me by some league sources and on the agency side as well. There's a lot of questions about the direction Portland is in, the state it is in right now. I know a few players in the representation were not overly eager to have their players drafted into Portland. Maybe these things are all tied and connected, but yes, if I tell you what, if Igor Demon going to Brooklyn was a 6.8 on the shocking scale out of 10. This registers around a 9.5 overall. I can tell you just because I got a couple texts here on my phone, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm the most absolutely connected NBA insider. Very, very far from it. But I've got a few connections, and I can guarantee you that people around the league are shaking their heads and texting each other right now and going, "What on earth is Portland doing?"
What on earth is Portland doing? Yeah, I'd have to echo that sentiment.
Well, the one thing I would add to that is that, you know, Mike understands what the reaction to this pick is going to be. They understand, folks, right now around.
They know more than we do. Let's be clear. Yeah.
They understand what the reaction is going to be.
Do they though sometimes? Because sometimes I could redraft. Sometimes we could, you and I, all the three of us could redraft the draft, and we would look smarter than some of these GMs. Nico Harrison just traded away Luka Doncic, so it's not out of the question.
Ask me about that.
I know, but my point is sometimes GMs and front offices overthink these things, and sometimes that's why we as fans get so excited and so invested. We go, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Because there are these situations right here where we go, what is this guy doing?
To your point, there have definitely been examples of people running NBA franchises who do not know what they're doing. My only point is that when you are Portland and you are going to do this, you know exactly what everybody's going to say the moment you do it, that it's stupid or nonsensical or a big stretch. That means you have to have real belief in what you're doing to do it. You've got to really believe in what you're doing to do this, and I give them credit for that. Now we'll see where it goes.